welcome back to the next episode of Waifu Wars. I am the court lady in training who also likes beating up on Mao Mao, Drooby Doo.
And I am that villainous magical girl who just really, really, really loves magical girls. So brony.
And welcome back to the Waifu Wars podcast, where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the ugly. But not your waifu, because the good, the bad, and the weave. There you go.
Like,
but not your
slogan.
I had like a mid stroke because I started thinking about that anime after you said it, and I was like, oh shit, that one. Anyways, the good, the bad, and the weave, but not your waifu because she is trash. What's going on, Oni?
It was a bad day because my team again decided to kill themselves, but this was a surprisingly great batch of new anime, so that kind of cheered me up. So I'm in a good mood. How are you doing?
It was an okay day. It was a day where I could not play Final Fantasy 12, so that was unfortunate. But can't complain. Just did some laundry, watched some anime. So yeah, relatively chill day. So without further ado, we're gonna start the episode with our new segment this week in anime. I'm just gonna go ahead and do mine so I can get the sad news out of the way. According to CBR.com, Satoshi Itawaki, Attack on Titan and Berserk animation director, dies at 60. His wife, his wife put out the post on Twitter, letting us know that he passed. He was fighting an illness for 2 months. I don't know specifically what the illness was per se. For those who don't know, as I said, he directed Attack on Titan, Berserk animation. He also worked on Dororo, which I'm just like, damn. Dororo was also like amazing. So that really made me sad. He has a long legacy, starting only from the Gundam series in the 1980s, Ghost in the Shell, the second gig, so season 2 essentially. Oh yeah, he specifically did Attack on Titan, the final chapters, part 2. And yeah, so he has quite the resume, and the anime community thanks him for his contributions, and I hope he rests in peace.
Yes, rest in peace.
Honey?
Bad news.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps a bit more uplifting news on my end. The Overlord movie released a film teaser over the weekend. Kodakawa revealed a new teaser video on Friday for Gekkojo Ban Overlord Sei Oken Hen. Overlord the movie, the Holy Kingdom arc, which will premiere this year in theaters. In Japan, at least. I don't know when it's going to come over to America. But yeah, I was actually not aware we were getting an Overlord movie. Maybe I was, and I forgot about it.
Yeah.
But it is going to be based on the Holy Kingdom War, which sounds dope. Sounds like there's going to be a lot of action. If I remember correctly, the last season we watched ended kind of like right before a giant war was starting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually kind of curious to see, with a budget, how much better the fight can be. Because, alright, so Overlord's major issue was always the budget. Like, the fights didn't look as good as they could because they have limited budget, and it's like all CGI everywhere and like horrible animation. So if this movie has as much budget as it should, it has potential to be like amazing. So I'm curious about this one. Might be a sleeper movie for this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited for Overlord as well. Yeah, considering what was it, like a few days ago we spent quite a time bashing it. Yeah, I think it was yesterday during stream.
Yeah.
By the way, we do stream on Twitch.tv and /G&AREVIEWS, as well as on YouTube as well. I don't know YouTube link off rip, but come check us out on Saturdays. It's a fun time. But
Yes,
yeah,
please do.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm sorry. Do you have anything else to say about it? Can't cut you off.
Nope, that's it.
All right, cool. That being said, let's get into it. And we're going to start our weekly review off, finishing out the fall 2023 season, finally, with Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, Episode 23.
Yes, the wrap-up of the Great Shuya arc.
Yeah, so... Basically, and correct me if I'm wrong, Geto, now that he's done swallowed Mahito, he now has the power to use idol transformation. Which,
Yeah, I think so. He's kind of like Mega Man. He just gets the powers. So
Yeah, which kind of sucks because... What did he say he used it to do? He said he used it to basically make a bunch of people like Yuji.
Like 1,000 or something, or thousands.
Yeah, they're all gonna be like Yuji and have the ability to use curse energy and fuck it. So yeah, so it's giving Apocalypse. It is giving Apocalypse. Kind of unleashed all of those spirits in that one area, to the point where the government's like, "Oh shit!" Like, I have to tell people about cursed energy and stuff. So yeah, everyone's kind of doesn't know what to do. I guess at this point, because Gojo is no longer on the board, the government turns to the higher ups and I forget what the name of, like, do they have a name for their governing system amongst the Jujutsu sorcerers?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
I feel like they did, but
right.
I just want to default to the council.
Right, that, like, I always hear them, they refer to them as, like, the higher ups.
Yeah, I think that's what they just say, the higher ups.
Yeah.
Or, like, the school board or whatever, because I remember they had, like, the president.
Yeah. Well, that being said, the higher ups were like, we can use this to our advantage, which was that was kind of cool in a way, because all of a sudden, no one expected to just get really political out of nowhere. But, so they end up pinning the whole shit on Gojo. I think they say Yuji is a co-conspirator of sorts.
Yeah, well, they were always out to get Yuji to be.
Yeah, so they were, and they always hated Gojo. They also named the principal as a co-conspirator, which I'm just like, damn, you're going after the principal too?
Everyone, they're going after the whole school.
I was like, that's fucking insane. And then, of course, Yuta returns. Woo! And
it would have been nice if he returned earlier for the fucking arc that we just had.
Yeah, it would have been much nicer. And of course, he's like, well, I'm gonna kill Yuji because he kind of did. It's like, on one hand, you can't blame him. Because it's like, girl, yeah, technically, Yuji did do a lot of this, but he didn't do. It's just.
The ending part with what's his name again?
Yuta?
Yeah, Yuta shows up. That was actually, I really love the atmosphere and like the whole, because it was like it was almost Silent Hill like. It was like the whole city is deserted and this like girl is alone eating fucking candy from a grocery store or something, and like the monsters are creeping on her. It had a very actually creepy kind of horror vibe to it, which I appreciated.
Oh my god, that girl's such a stupid bitch.
She was, but I still appreciated the horror aesthetic.
Yeah, same. That was a very nice scene. Good way to reintroduce him.
He's better MC than Yuji as far as I'm concerned, so I can't wait for him to kill Yuji.
Whoa, chotomate. No. Incorrect. Yuji's actually very, like, he's, in terms of shonen, he's up there for one of my favorites, for sure.
He was for me, but that's mostly because of his interactions with the half-dead cast, which doesn't exist anymore, so...
Okay, he was...
Without them, he's kind of just...
Not really, he's actually funny. He's actually funny on his own. I think...
He's not as funny as Yuta.
Notice how you said he's funny because he interacts with all these people. He's funny... The interactions are funny because he's a part of it.
No,
he's a funny...
Alright, so here's the thing. On their own, Yuta is a far better MC than Yuji. With other people, Yuji's a better MC. Specifically with that trio of Nobara and Megumi, Yuji was a better force there. Because they all worked well with each other's personalities. But now that most of them are gone, I mean, who's Yuji going to interact with? Like, I feel like Yuji's a good character when he gets to interact with other interesting characters, like Nanami or Gojo or insert dead character here.
I don't know. I think he's perfectly fine. I think he's funnier and more relatable than most characters, and he's not as... It's like he kind of reminds me of oh shit, who's the main character from Chainsaw Man?
Denji?
Wait, what? Wait, who?
Denji.
He's Denji, just like not as much of an edge to him. Denji's just like, I'm kind of crazy dystopian, horny teenager.
Yeah, Denji's more over the top, which makes sense.
Yeah, like it does, but I don't need all that all the time. I don't know. Sometimes me personally, I just felt it was a bit too much. Yuji is just mellow enough, but still like funny enough to crack a joke. I don't know. His comedic timing is just really good, and I don't know. He did it without people who all got fucked up or / died, but you know, I can't foresee him not being around people.
Well, we'll see.
Yes.
I mean, the way it ended, it kind of looked like he was gonna not be around people.
Oh, that is true. Damn, that is true. You make a good point. Yeah, I think this will be the arc where he's like, I'm not as funny.
Yeah, this is gonna be like, I'm serious and I'm upset that I killed all those people. Blah, 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 blah. Which I don't think he. That's why I'm saying I prefer Yuta.
Yeah. Also, I don't know. I'm a little biased because I just seriously just Yuta. Yuta's like, I can't remember anything about him. He just felt very kind of plain, not in like a bad way, but definitely plain.
He is plain, but in a fun way. Like, he's a very relatable kind of just like quippy, shy, normal dude.
Okay, and there's so many of that.
He's more low key. But he's more interesting. I don't know. He's just
how's he more interesting? He's literally besides his background. If you remove his background story, he is literally just.
And that's part of it. That's part of his. Also, his powers are just better. I like that he has fucking Rika.
Yes, I will agree with. His powers are more interesting. The whole thing with Rika is kind of just what makes him interesting.
Him being like this soft-spoken, awkward dude in a world full of just like crazy, over-the-top, loud people. It's I don't know. Something about you that just makes him relatable and likable.
Okay, I think you're just.
He has a good personality. I like his personality.
Yeah, it's giving you are projecting onto him. You're like, yes.
You're the one who's projecting onto Yuji. So
no, I'm not. I am not like Yuji. There are similarities between you and Yuta, but I am not like Yuji.
I don't think I'm like Yuta at all. I'm way more loud than Yuta.
Okay, girl.
I just like his personality.
Okay.
All right.
So
are you gonna rate it?
You go first. I always go first.
All right. So this is gonna be difficult because am I rating this based on my personal take, or am I gonna try to be like, listen, the people who I know, like, this is my issue with shonen. I don't like shonen.
I mean, I don't either. That's why I'm doing from a more. I'm trying to be objective when rating this.
But that's my thing because I liked season 1 of Jujutsu Kaisen a lot, specifically because it was.
Well, not even objective. I'm just gonna be. I take that back. Not so much objective as I am. I'm gonna be more harsh, which I think will make me look at it in a more objective way.
Because I really like season 1 because it wasn't like any other shonen. It reminded me of Yu Yu Hakusho, and I think I gave season 1 like a 9 or 9.5 because I liked it so much. And this is like the polar opposite of what season 1 was. This was just an action shonen, which I'm just like, if you take away the good animation and the fights, what is in the show? Like literally, what was in this season? Nothing. There was no substance outside of just fights and action and anime. Which it's like it's a spectacle. Like yes, if you want a spectacle, it's amazing. It's really awesome looking and cool. But it's like it gave me God of High School vibes at certain points in the story.
Okay. Wow. Oh wow.
Because a lot of the fights weren't even particularly like the fights I liked from the first season, where it was like more hand to hand. Like I loved when, when he was fighting his, now that we find out, brother in the bathroom stalls, and when his fucking Toto showed up. Those were great fights, but the rest of the fights kind of were just like mad to me. So I don't know. I'm gonna give it a 7.
Okay, I'm going to give it a. I'm somewhere between like an 8 or 8.5. I'm probably gonna give it 8.5, only because I see where you're coming from. I kind of disagree. Because at the end of the day, we still get the good characters. Yes, sure, they don't have to interact. It's not as Yu Hakusho-ish interacting because shit's going down in comparison. We don't have time for ridiculous Toto training arc.
I feel like too much shit was going down though. Like there has to be a balance between shit going down and like character interactions and development. I felt like this whole season.
Would you rather just have them like an episode where they just like, let's just sit around and fuck around while this dude is trying to literally take all of Shibuya?
Liked an episode where they actually like decompress and like
decompress while the bad guy trying to take over Shibuya.
That's what happens in every other arc. Like think of it, you can have high stakes and like a timer, but you can still have episodes that are like, we have to travel to this place and we have to regroup and we have to communicate. Like think about the Dark Tournament in Yu Yu Hakusho, since I like to compare the show to Yu Yu Hakusho. There was constant fights, but there was also like character building in between time, between the rounds. Things were happening besides the Dark Tournament on the side. Or even in Namek, literally Namek was about to explode and shit was like still happening.
That's not a great example, because that arc I can go on around why that Namek arc was like ugh. But
it was a better arc. It was a better arc than Shibuya. I think Shibuya was trying to be like the legendary arcs like Namek, Soul Society, Dark Tournament. And I think it just overdid it with the action. Like it needed other things. Just like there has to be a balance between action and story for me. And this was just way too much action and not enough story and characters.
I don't agree because it's like I personally how much more story did you was not finding out about Yuji's having a brother not enough, was finding out that Geto is it, but Geto finding out that Geto's not even really
That's my
Geto.
point. But all that stuff is just stuff that just happens in like a second for no reason, and then we never like ruminate on it or explain like how it or lead up to it, right? It's just like blah, Yuji's brother is this guy. Boo. All right, now fight. Or like here's a quick plot twist. Now go fight. Like all right, but you gotta like let it simmer and like have an effect. Nanami's dead. Quick, next fight. Like, dude, he's a major character. Can we please like acknowledge that he's dead, or like have a moment where the character is like feel something besides next fight? No, Nobara's dead. Next fight.
So that whole episode where like I think 90% of the episode is dedicated to just I'm Yuji, I'm suffering. That would nothing.
What 90% of what episode was dedicated?
It was the episode after he died. Well, it's after. Wait. Oh shit, that was in the wrong order. Cause he gets possessed by Sukuna and then Nanami dies.
Nanami dies after, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, after. Okay, well, never mind. Well, and also once again, a middle of a fight, like the guy who killed Nanami is trying to kill him. I don't understand why that's like such a problem.
But
like,
you're making it sound like that has to be the case. They could have killed Nanami, escaped, and then did something else. Like, it's just too much. It feels like there's too much.
But why when he wants to kill Yuji? But why when he wants to kill Yuji?
The person wrote it that way. That's my point. I think it's bad writing to just have a bunch of situations that are like major plot twist followed by fight, major plot twist followed by fight, major plot twist followed by fight. There's not enough time to like let the plot twist actually soak in or build to it properly, or like it's just fight. It's just fighting and plot twist, fighting and plot twist, fighting and plot twist. I feel like they wasted so much. First, they wasted so much potential for plot twists with this arc. There was a lot of plot twists that like went nowhere. Like the brother thing went absolutely fucking nowhere. What difference did that make in anything?
I mean, we found out at the end. I'm clear they're going to address all these plot points in the next season.
Maybe, I don't know. I have to judge this season.
Excuse me?
I have to judge this season, so
I mean, that's fair. I don't
retroactively it'll be good, but as of right now, I just feel like this was just a bunch of disjointed action scenes. Which I get it. If you're like watching, 99% of people who are watching Jujutsu Kaisen just want the action scenes. So if you just want the action scenes, you will love this season, and it's probably elite and like super good. But I don't know. I'm the odd case that just does that. I'm like the guy who watches porn for the plot. I only watch shonen for the character development and the story. All right.
Like, I agree that this wasn't like a super fleshed out, like with character development and stuff. It was just a Rock'em Sock'em arc, but. It's like I can't be mad at a shonen for doing what a shonen does. Like that. But that's to your point.
I thought this was better than the average shonen, and this is just the average shonen to me. Like, oh yeah, this is what the average shonen does. A bunch of really weak writing that just is used there to justify more fights. Like, for example, the first half of this season was great with Geto, like the backstory for Geto and Gojo and the whole, situation. Like, that was great.
Yeah, you're definitely someone. Yeah, you're definitely
still action in there.
You're definitely someone who needs you need that slice of life / comedy.
It's not even slice of life. I need characters and story. This was just fighting.
I don't know. I don't think there's anything wrong with a shonen arc. With a shonen arc just being an arc where like, oh my god, shit hits the fan. Let's go. I personally don't think it's now if the whole series is like this, understandable. But once again,
also I think it veered too much into shock value by just killing off people left and right for like no discernible reason just to be like, well, can't believe the Nobara died. Well, I can't believe the Nami died. Well, I can't believe Toto can't use his powers anymore. At a certain point, it was just like, all right, this is a bit much. Now you're just doing it to like try to find shock value points.
I will say this. Because I don't know how long Jujutsu Kaisen. This only makes sense. This will only make sense if if the series like is going to like, if we're like at the half point or past the half point, then I will agree with you and being like, oh yeah, then why do we kill these characters? Because at least in Naruto they had, they spaced out the deaths here, and then they had some people die at the end of the war.
Enough, I would rather they just killed everyone. Like, if you're gonna commit this hard to kill off the cat, just kill them all and then start again. Like, if this arc ended with all of them dead, and then like Gojo being the last one left, and he's like, "Fuck, I gotta rebuild the school and find like a new team to take on Geto and shit," I'd be like, "Yo, that was crazy." But this feels like a half measure because you just basically killed as many people as you can without killing off your main character. I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna go this hard, you have to kill off your main character and then like just commit to it.
First of all, kill off the main character in a shonen.
Yes. I know.
Right. You. I don't know.
But that's my problem.
It's giving. I don't know. I guess I'm fine with it because it's like, for example, and I know this is gonna be a wild comparison. You're gonna really want to fight me. I understand, but and I don't know why I keep thinking about it. But in Game of Thrones, it's like they murk main characters left, right, and center, yes, 2, 3, 4, 5 at a time. And in this show, they only killed, of all the main characters, only killed like 3 or 4.
They murk left and right, like characters after every Game of Thrones, but every time the character dies, it's for like a reason and it has an impact on the story. I don't think the Nami or Nobara's death will have any impact whatsoever on anybody, other than just being like a power up for Yuji later on in the story. Like, you killed Nobara, power up.
Okay, well, power up / motivation for a character to do something. What is the difference? I mean, like besides Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones, it will be better with more implications because it's Game of Thrones.
Yes, but that's my point. Like, all right, so like for example, because Attack on Titan's a shonen. Now you're getting upset because I'm
no, yeah, because you're like no,
if we're talking
no, we cannot bring you cannot go to run to Attack on Titan every time you want to prove this point. No, you already know. That's like saying the Kogias. Like no,
yeah, well, that's on my list of things to compare this to.
No, absolutely not, because it's comparing like apples to orange trees. Like, no.
I know. That's why I'm trying to be like, what are my expectations for Jujutsu Kaisen? Because is it based off season 1? I would have no problem comparing it to Attack on Titan. But now,
it's still not comparable. I don't know why you would compare it to Attack on Titan season 1 or 2. That doesn't make any sense. But okay.
In terms of like being an interesting show.
No, I think it's just in terms of how much you like it. Like, yes, I like this as much as it. I think that's what it boils down to.
No, I would say, for Jujutsu Kaisen, not the level of writing being as good as Attack on Titan.
Right, because it's not. Like, I'm like...
But in terms of them both being much more mature shonen that are, like, more dark and character-driven, I would compare it to...
girl. Jujutsu Kaisen is darker than the average shonen. How?
Again, end of this season was pretty dark with the little girl. Like, the whole curse element to it adds a bit of horror to it.
Okay, I'm like, I don't know. I think at this point you are reaching for straws to hate this season, and it's fine.
I'm not. Really, I just don't like shows that are overly actiony, unless you can back up that action with good storytelling and good character development. Which I don't think this season did. I think it was just action. And it wasn't even... It was all right, here's my issue. There was too much action and too much just plot twist, shock value stuff.
Yes.
Without going all the way on the shock value, plot twist stuff. If you want me to, like, care about it, then you have to go harder.
So you needed more people to die, is what you're saying.
Yeah, don't have to measure it if you're gonna do it. Either if you're gonna kill people, the deaths either have to be really significant, or if you are gonna
Nanami wasn't significant.
Sacrifice you. Who?
Nanami's death wasn't significant.
No, it didn't do anything. He's just another dude who died in Shibuya.
First of all, I don't understand the whole like, oh my god, but his death was pointless. That's how life is. Life is filled with pointless deaths. So
yeah, good thing this isn't life. This is writing a story.
No, I'm not. I will argue that I don't care if a death is meaningful or meaningless or not, because
I do.
That's the concept of
is meaningless.
That's the whole concept of man. That's the whole concept of murder. Like, it can't just be.
No. You can have realism where anyone could die at any moment, but their death could still be significant. Like, again, spoilers for Attack on Titan. Sasha's death was random and like out of nowhere, but it was extremely significant to like the themes and plot of the show. And every time I see Sasha, when I like rewatch Attack on Titan, I'm gonna be like, oh man, she contributed so much to her death, adds so much value to her life. If I rewatch Jujutsu Kaisen and I see Nanami, I'm not gonna give a shit about Nanami because I'm like, oh, he's just gonna die in 2 episodes or whatever. He's basically just a comic relief dude.
He's not even.
And same with Nobara. Nobara is just a comic relief girl who dies now to me. Like, her death added nothing to the series. She will forever just be girl who's there for laughs and then dies next season.
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's what it is. That had no significance.
You got it.
She didn't die. What did she die doing? Who did she save? What did she
do? It's fine. You can have that opinion. We just need to move on. We just need to move on. And I'm not defending a shonen like this. It's not remotely that important. Because especially since we had to talk about something else, so I'm just like, I'm saving my energy for that.
Yes, me too. I still like the series. I can't wait for season 3, even though this was a disappointment.
Same. Up next, well, now I think we could start just the winter season. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're gonna start off with Solo Leveling. Episode 1. I appreciate
not the ants.
Shout out to shout out to people in the chat who are making jokes about the Hunter with the ants. I was like, listen, if you know, you know. Ants are not something to be fucked with. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Ants are very scary. There was a surprising amount of gore in I was not.
Yeah, I wasn't either. And then I was just like, "Oh right, it's manhwa. Like, they are okay with getting bloody." I forgot. I don't know why I was surprised. I understand why you were surprised.
Mm-hmm.
I read 2, Tower of God and
Tower of God was not that bloody. Maybe the manhwa is.
Yet.
The anime was not.
Yet. Yeah. Damn, I read the other one that I read. Something Omniscient Reader. I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those had no problem being bloody when it needs to be bloody. Same as it. I would argue this is slightly more bloodier than the other 2.
I'd say it's because of the concept for it. Like, this is anyone can die at any. This feels very Dark Soulsy.
Mm-hmm.
This was like literally, we walked 1 step into the wrong room, we're dead.
Yeah, literally. That's literally what happened. Also, we were making jokes about the main character Sung. Yeah, I don't understand why he chose this life. I still don't understand why. You
just want him to be a prostitute, so.
Because it would be safer than what he's doing. Like, he's literally within like the first scene of him fighting, he just gets stabbed. Like, stabbed right straight through the stomach. Like,
listen,
what?
based on his looks, he's picked the right career path. He's gonna earn more money here than he ever would as a prostitute.
You don't know that. I didn't say he has to have sex with women, but oh my gosh, crazy. Yeah, I feel bad for him. Also, I don't know why people who voted no went with the others. I would just stay there and be like, okay, well, have fun. See you when you get back. Or I'll go back. Y'all can go ahead. And I'll bring the reinforcements. But good luck.
Wait for this. This chick is so dead. She raised so many death flags this episode.
Oh yeah, you can take me out on a date.
Yeah, you could take me on a date. What else does she do?
Not want to go. She didn't want to go.
Not want to go. Vote against going. She was like, oh, clearly cares about him. Like, yeah, no, she's totally dead.
So, yeah. And of course, the overarching plot with the government. of course, the government wants to get involved, and he's like, "Oh, wait, we can use these resources to make us money." Oh, by the way, the chairman, Naoni. When I'm into Badamen, yes, that is what the chairman is. Not that old motherfucker who you showed me a picture.
I showed you his muscles.
Excuse me?
I showed you his muscles.
Whose muscles?
The old guy.
He just looked like a random old motherfucker. Like, no.
God, I'm gonna have to show you his muscles again.
No, and I'm gonna be like, this is just an old man. Like, like muscles, as in like, show me like on like someone's biology muscles. Like, is that what you mean? God, like his biology, his muscular biology.
What servant he is, because I forgot his name. Because I don't remember any of the male servants' names.
Because he just looked like an old man. Oh my god, that was wild. But yeah, this chairman, he kind of like I had to look again just to make sure, but he's giving. He makes me happy. I can understand the confusion, Oni. I don't blame you for it. It's just, it's just not quite in your realm of knowledge, so it's okay. But I appreciate the effort all the same.
Yeah. So I'm gonna send you a picture.
Okay, go ahead. I'm here. I'm waiting.
Clearly not attractive.
I'm talking about the old man, not him.
That is him. That's him.
No, but you sent me a picture of his old ass. I'm like,
that's him. He's just wearing something different and has a sword now.
No, he's also younger. He's also...
No, that's how he looks.
Then what happened to his facial hair? No, this is not the same person. He doesn't... They don't look the same. They literally don't look the same.
That was Final Ascension.
Yeah, and he did that weird FGO thing where they get younger as the... No, I'm sorry. You can't convince me that this is the same age as his first Ascension. Sorry, not falling for it.
Same muscle tone.
See, this is once again stretching. Bitch, are you Mr. Fantastic? When did you get this powerful?
All he did was shave his beard.
Can I be invisible? Can I or shoot fire? No, I don't want to be the thing.
You can be the thing.
I don't want to be the. I don't want to be the thing.
You like borrow, man? The thing is borrow.
Yeah, but you don't got no dick. so what am I doing? I'm not trying to take. I'm not trying to take pebbles up my booty hole.
Smooth rock.
Listen, I know there's someone who wants that. Not me, not I. No, sir. Let's see. Yeah, so basically the episode ends with them locked up in a room where they clearly should not be. Some dude tried to reach for the door and got his shit.
Yeah, he got eviscerated. Literally.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, girl, I don't think you can heal that one."
Yeah, when you get sliced in half and then like the blood literally turns into like a gas.
Yeah, blood mist.
Yeah.
And then the other dude got like literally incinerated, which was crazy.
They were, like, trapped in a room.
Yep,
it was a good first episode.
Yeah, for sure.
Good action and everything. Good animation too. I'm surprised.
All right. Up next we have Dungeon Meshi. episode 1.
Another episode I was not expecting to enjoy as much as I did.
Yeah, agreed. I actually really like. Shout out to the Patreon.
This was the patron chosen show. It just barely beat out Healer Anime by one vote.
Yeah, this is truly enjoyable. The main character, love him. First of all, he's hot, which was unnecessary.
So we both have
right. This is like it was like that's just like an unnecessary bonus. So I'm very happy about that.
It's a very necessary bonus for me. This wasn't.
Yes, I know. Yes, I know it's a necessary bonus for you. Yes, you're very straight one dimensional. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh, wait till we get to the next show, and you're gonna complain about that. I'm just taking notes.
Anyways, I love I love how they like just like. It seems very generic at first, and then once you just get to that obtuse angle where he's like, "Oh, just eat the monsters," and then he slowly just starts revealing his little quirky side of him that, like...
quirky side, his psychotic obsession with monsters, yes.
It's so crazy, and that's so crazy that you put it like that, Oni, because I said he kind of reminds me of you. And then I wrote... What?
I won't deny that.
Exactly, and then I also wrote... And interesting, Marcio also reminds me of you. Because while you're like, I want to try dolphin and all this stuff, you're also like, I don't want to try any of this random weird ass food. I just want my chicken nuggets and bacon and burgers.
So I'm not eating chicken feet. Sorry.
Exactly what I mean.
I have my standards.
But you will eat literal like exotic animal number B.
I'm not eating no goblin. I love the one scene where she's like, "Oh, I'll eat anything." It's like, "Oh, so rats? No. Goblins?
No. Yeah.
Metal? No."
Oh well, the metal was yeah.
The metal's been much, but the kid is like, "Oh, you say you eat anything, but then you keep shooting things down."
Yeah, it was giving you, but not as bad. Like she's. I
would have eaten the scorpion. The scorpion looked.
Yeah, I know. Yes, yeah. I know you would have eaten the scorpion, and just like him, which is another reason why I know I'd win a cookout. You don't even know. You probably don't even know how to prepare like chicken before you cook it.
I would definitely detail a scorpion before I put it in the pot. I'm not trying to eat no scorpion venom tail.
Yeah,
so you think you're the dwarf comes out like, oh, super prepared for this.
I wasn't I wasn't as ready as him, but at the very least I knew I'd have to remove the tail and the claws, which you didn't mention, by the way, but I didn't expect you to, because I didn't expect you to know.
Nah, that's part of it.
The claws are part of the tail? Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I didn't know the tails.
It's part of the same system of...
but you said I just removed the tail. The tail are not the claws.
Yeah, that's the most obvious part that you remove.
So the claws aren't obvious.
I'm gonna go through a list. I'm not gonna give the whole list of every part of the scorpion that you would.
That's crazy because he only said 3, but the crazy long list. It's only 3 things on.
Crazy list.
So, that's crazy. So you
I'm
out
also
here
not eating its eyes.
Oh! Everyone, look at here. Chef Gordon Ramsay over here telling us not to eat the eyes.
You go eat the scorpion eyes.
Oh God! I want to I just want to give you. I just want to see you work with like a wild animal. I want you to.
Like you'd be any better.
I want you to. I want to see how you would eat. I literally want someone to like take a dead dolphin and just give it to me. Like, yeah, you can eat it.
Oh, I'll figure out how to eat it. Don't worry.
But no guide to the internet. You have to just figure it out by yourself.
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
I'll have 911 on speed dial.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out to the dwarf who came and helped them. Which, by the way, I know his background story is going to be like a big part of the plot.
Sad.
Because did you catch that?
Which part?
How he said, "Oh, I've been going through the dungeons for 10 years," and then the other dude, what's his name, Chilchuck. Which, by the way, these names are so fucking silly.
Mm-hmm.
Chilchuck, he said 10 years. And then the reason why he questioned that is that in the story, they specifically say that this dungeon thing was discovered 6 years ago.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And he was like 10 years ago.
And he said 10 years ago. I immediately clocked that and I said, huh? So you were in there before it was discovered to the public.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna be a plot point for sure. A little air of mystery. I like that. I like how they sprinkled in that mystery. I was like, oh, I peeped that. I like that. That was good. That was good sprinkling in, and so I appreciated that. Also, I really like learning about the monster anatomy. It feels like that. Ishizoku reviewers, but instead of learning how to like have sex with them, you're just learning about their anatomy.
Yeah, that's true. I do appreciate the amount of like effort they put into like going through all the details of everything.
Yeah, like
you could definitely tell there's like a lot of actual cooking knowledge and a lot of like just nerdy fantasy monster knowledge.
Like they're like, yeah, let's talk about what a anatomy of a slime is. I was like, that's really random, but really cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah. But also leaving the corpse like that was wild.
Yeah.
Dead body over here. Like what? That was insane.
There was one scene that had me dying. Actually, had me laughing out loud. Where it was after she got captured by the plants and then the guy frees her, and then he's like, "Oh, how did it feel? Was it comfortable?"
Yeah, I thought it'd be kind of comfortable.
Yeah. And it just like zooms in on her face, and just, like, the music cuts. And she's like, "This fucking freak."
I was like, "Yeah." That's why. Oh, that's why I wrote it down at the end of my notes. I was like, I said Laios is a bit of a freak.
Yeah,
that's. I was like, where did that come from?
He kind of gave me like low key darkness vibes.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh no! Oh no! Well, that is
a tangled up. How did it feel?
Well, that is a great way to end things on with Dungeon Machi, because that's a great segue that leads to our next anime, Mahou Shoujo ni Akagarete,
which is my half of my episode of the week.
Girl, I'm really on the fence on this one.
What? This was such a fun episode. You can't be this stuck up.
Girl, it's so porny.
You're so prudish. You are so
porny. It was so.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mister. You need. I'm so straight. I can only enjoy. Oh, you're so gay. You can't enjoy anything without guys in it, Drew. I don't know.
First of all, how much anime that you suggested to me that I watched that had literally no anime? I'm literally watching Precure. Like, shut up.
Listen, I'm telling you this right now. This show was as funny. This episode was as funny as it was horny, and I feel like that was the very reason.
And see, I disagree. I think it was way more horny than it was funny.
I think you're being prudish.
I think for me personally, it got, and yes, I will say the just straight up titties just shocked the fuck out of me during the transformation. I was like, I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that. That kind of fucked me up, like right away, especially because it happened to the main. But by the way,
I love Tina.
I adore the main character. I adore her.
Easily the best part.
I adore her, and I just want. I actually love her. But yeah, the showing titties was wild. The mascot was um eh. Mascot was like she did like mascot did like the very like I'm a mascot, you gotta do what you say or else I'm gonna blackmail you, like, yeah.
Mhm.
I wish the mascot had a little more
I
spice.
do like how he subtly like goads her into the whole Sadist thing.
That is
Like, oh,
true.
are you okay with just watching your
Mm-hmm.
monster?
Well, the first time it wasn't goading, it was like blackmailing her into doing it.
Yeah.
Which I was just like, oh, okay. I would have rather him talk to her the first time.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, the humble groping. I was like, that was insane. I was like, oh, this is a lot. I was like, just like, this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot.
But you have to appreciate how hard it goes. I'm sorry.
This
Remember when I
is
was talking about going all the way?
listen, because even when Shonen I, and it's like, because you have seen me literally be like in certain Shonen I / Yaoi where I'm just like, this was too much. I know specifically you know which one I'm talking about too.
Yeah, but
What
those are more like romances. This is straight up a comedy. I
I
feel like
did,
you
it's
get
just not.
away
This is not
being over
straight
the
up a
top.
comedy. This is not just straight up a comedy. I would say 100 girlfriend. Like that's what I mean. Like 100 girlfriend and well, I honestly, yeah, I think that's an appropriate comparison because how they share the same genres,
But this
literally.
isn't even like in the same etchy level. Like this is a whole other level of
Yes,
etchy for me.
clearly, and to me that's the problem because it's like it's a different level, but it is not nearly as funny.
I think the concept is.
That's what makes me
Well, first off,
uneasy.
it's one
It's
episode. It's one
I
episode.
know.
Like you have to.
Listen. I'll give it 1 to 2 more episodes. Still, like I said, I would.
I'm just
Okay.
saying. I feel like you have to go into this with the mindset of this is gonna be super horny. I'll just let it do that, but let's judge the comedy and the characters.
Okay, but like I need more comedy. Then this
I
it had some, especially towards the end. I think as it went, I think the second half was much more funnier than the first because the first was just like porn, like it was just softcore porn, and then the jokes with their asses hurting. That was funny.
that was actually pretty funny.
The
The
transformation
mid
scene,
transition scene, yeah.
funny. Like the I agree that was funny. Um but that was it. That was the highlight of it. Everything else was like in terms of comedy for me. It was like and then the rest of
I'm
it just felt like porn.
I'm interested in seeing how corrupted Utena gets, and also how like far, because it's going to be more than just run to the magical girls, molest them. Next scene,
Yeah, like
I
I can't just do that. Like if it's just that,
it's
I can't. I'm
there's
sorry.
going to be an overarching, because I did read like a couple of chapters ahead of the anime, so there is going to be an overarching like developmental plot. So I'm looking forward to seeing how far
Yeah,
along
I
this gets.
maybe new characters will make it will make it better or more dynamic. I just need more, maybe I need more comedy if it's gonna be this horny. Like me personally, because yeah, there's a point where I'm just like I said, if this was a yaoi, I'd be like, this is if this was a yaoi, if the yaoi had this level of crazy, like over the top touching and rubbing and stuff, I would feel uncomfortable covering this
All
on the
right, so listen,
podcast.
if this was a yaoi, so let's do the yaoi like flip conversion. If this was a yaoi, it would of course be a shonen because it was
Wait,
male
whoa,
equivalent.
what? Why would
I'm like, if it's a magical girl show, then the male equivalent would have to be like it's a battle shonen.
it can't be? It
So
can't be a comedy
no,
shonen
I'm saying it's a
I
comedy.
or
It's a
comedy
comedy,
yaoi.
but the setting would be like a battle shonen, like the
Oh,
setting
right.
because it's, yeah. So it'd
Yeah.
be like basically a battle shonen, but the main character would go around like groping dudes and slowly being corrupted and becoming like addicted to the hero.
So it would be like, and every time we would talk
that
about,
would be hilarious. Because now I'm thinking of like My Hero Academia, but with like, like Deku run around like grabbing fucking Bakugo's junk. And shit.
Okay, but it's not just like, because in your mind you're just like,
no,
tee hee hee. You're just like, in your mind it's just tee hee hee. I grab and I go. Yeah, I think you'd have a different.
You forget how juvenile straight men are, Drew.
No,
I don't mind the concept in reverse. This concept is just as
because you don't mind the concept because concept's in your head. I would bet money. I would bet money if it was literally to.
I laugh at pictures of penises. I would die if they made a shonen anime.
It's one thing to laugh at a picture of penis. It's another if you see a dude like being like I got you, and you know they're being very intimate because I feel like at some point there was not a ha element. This is like so like there's nothing like for example
romance and stuff.
For example, there like the Vines groping the girls. There was nothing funny about that. That was just sex. That was just pure sex.
Well, the funniness was the situation and seeing.
How's it? What was so funny? What was so funny about them getting tied up and getting groped? Like I've seen that so many times. Like what was the funny
reactions?
Huh?
Utena's reactions.
I'm just saying if you saw boys getting groped up and the Vines were like rubbing up on their,
I'd be laughing because the Vines would be like rubbing against the guy's dick. And like going into his asshole.
I don't believe you're laughing about it, but I don't believe you. I do not believe you. I don't believe you for some reason.
I wouldn't be turned on by it, but it'd be hilarious.
I'm keeping I didn't give up on it.
I will say there is this because I mean obviously Utena is a reference to the magical girl Utena.
Yeah.
There is a Yuri romance aesthetic, so there will be some sensual, like actual romance stuff.
Yeah, which is another reason why if there's a man doing this, oh my god, I'd be like, Oni, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? But the main character, she's super cute. Like that, y'all don't understand. That she is a big reason why I'm here.
Same. If Utena wasn't as cute as she was, this would not work.
Yeah, like if this was a man, I'd be like, no. It would just be a hard. I'd be like, no, we can cut this and the yaoi, and not the yaoi and the shonen ai. They can both go. Yeah, I'm open for 1 or 2 more episodes.
All
right. Up next, we have Ishura episode 1. This
is my other episode of the week.
Interesting.
Because I did not expect it to be this good, actually.
I'm just define this good.
So, like the CGI blends really well with the animation overall. Like I had no issue with the CG at all.
Yeah, not at all.
I really love the aesthetic, like the environments. Like first off, it takes place in like this Arabic / steampunk setting city, which is awesome. That's a fucking awesome concept for a city. It's too bad it gets
yeah. I was like, yeah, that's such a great concept for all of 20 minutes.
Setting now for all of 5 minutes before it blows the fuck up.
Yeah, great.
But I do love this, but they showed other like areas and stuff, and like all the settings look really fucking dope. I love the world building in this. Also, it was a lot more, just like Solo Leveling, this was a lot more gory than I was expecting it to be. Like,
really? How?
Homegirl's friend got ripped the fuck
No, I did not expect. Yeah, that was like more gruesome than I thought was gonna happen. I was like, oh no, she ripped off her head, and then they're gonna crush her, and that's it. Nope, it was like rip. I was like, oh my god, stop.
And even when Yuno was running away, the robot was just like beating on the corpse. It's like, damn. But no, and also I think my favorite part of it is just mostly the. Alright, so there's 2 parts I really love about the show. One is the spectacle. Like, the CGI lets them do like really cool spectacle stuff, like that one scene where the robot's shooting the fucking laser and like everything's on fire and shit. That was dope. Love that scene.
Agreed.
But what I really do like is the main girl, because I feel like just the first time I've seen an anime where a character actually has a realistic reaction to an isekai person coming in and saving them, because she's confused, upset, and she's just a hater. Like, she's just so mad.
Yeah, it's giving Rachel. It's giving Rachel.
So fucking bad. She's like, there has to be someone who can kill this. I'm setting him up.
That was crazy. That was insane.
I love that as a premise. Like, I am setting this dude up to fucking fail right now.
Yeah, it's because simply because she's just like, how dare you? How dare you? Like, how dare you? How dare you be this strong and powerful?
Mm-hmm. I like when she got upset at herself too, because she killed that one robot super easily, and she was like, "What the fuck? Why couldn't I just do that to save my friend?"
Yeah, that was really funny. I also like the dude. I also like the way the dude fights. Like, he's lit. In my notes, I wrote him. I described him as he's just basically Sonic with a sword.
Yeah, that's the other thing. He's like all smartassy and quippy, and I feel like that really great. Like, imagine someone saves your life. Like, your whole village was dead, your whole way of life is gone, and then Sonic the Hedgehog shows up. He's like, "Hey, what's up? Got anything to eat, loser? Well, these weak ass robots. That was fun." Like, I would hate him too. I'd be like, "Fuck this dude! I hope somebody kills him."
I don't think I would hate him per se, how he kind of saved my life, but
what life? Everything is gone. Like, you could have came like 5 minutes earlier.
Saved my semblance of a life. Oh my gosh, but yeah, she did have very relatable reactions.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. No, this is a very good fun episode. I was so sad when the other girl died, because I was like, because it was giving Yuri. It was giving Yuri.
Oh, they really, but I realized she was gonna die because she wasn't in the promo, like in the picture.
Yeah, the moment the monsters came up, and he's like, after and I'm just like, yeah, I was like, oh man, she gonna die. Mm-hmm. I didn't think it was gonna be that soon, and I didn't think it was gonna be like that.
Yeah, I also like that they alluded to all like these other adventurers that are there, like especially that dude in like the lake that looks like a fucking lich or something. Like, oh yeah, it's the fifth master of the lake that knows an unknown element.
He knows the fifth way of the word, the way of the word. Which I like that they use that as an explanation of like, hey, we know how to do this, which is why we can even converse with each other. Yeah,
like we can manipulate words and sounds and airwaves and stuff. And it feels like a tournament. Like, I like tournament as much as I don't like shonen. I do like tournament arcs. So I like the idea of this just being a big ass tournament.
Which annoys me because you still have not seen that Chinese anime, which now at this point I forgot the title of.
Yeah, you gotta remember the title so you can tell.
No, because I told it to you like 3 times, you still haven't watched it.
Yeah, but it's probably Chinese, so I can't remember.
It's not in Chinese. It's like an anime. It's a Chinese anime.
Well, what was the title though?
It's not in Chinese per se, but it's just a Chinese anime.
Yeah.
I'll look for it again. And I love how everyone keeps like. And I'm only saying that because literally, like, I feel like almost like once a quarter, everyone keeps showing that same fight scene from season 2 of the anime, because it's like some of the best animation to date. That's like keeps saying it on my timeline, and it's just like, oh my. First of all, it's like, oh my god, I've seen this already like 100 times. But also, I'm mad because you haven't seen it.
If you know what anime you're talking about, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, but yeah, I like this. It was. Excuse me. It was pretty good though. Good though. Very good though. All right. The Shonen Ai doesn't start right away. Start right away. It didn't come out this week, so we're gonna skip that one, and then we're going all the way down to Sousou no Frieren. Is this my episode of the week? I mean, I guess so, because I didn't say any other episode. And, no shades of Apothecary Diaries, but definitely not that.
Wow. You're a hater this week.
I'm not. No, it wasn't bad. It's just not my episode of the week. Yeah, I guess I give it to Frieren. Like I liked the majority of episodes this week. There's nothing super stood out to me. I guess I'm willing to give it to Frieren because excuse me. It's just I don't know. The episode just moves. It just flows very well. This episode flowed very well. Even though nothing really happened.
Yeah, we got more good Stark Fern interactions that further solidify them as a couple.
Yeah, that was really funny. Over something so silly like, oh, it touched each other's faces, but he's like, oh, I should apologize for doing that. And then she's like, oh, that wasn't it. I was just surprised because he gripped me so hard with his ungodly strength.
Yeah, he was so strong.
Which I didn't even think that would like be a factor with them interacting, but I'm like, I guess at some point it's totally plausible because this man has the ability to like split a mountain, well, not a whole mountain in two, but split like a cliff in two. So yeah, he just might put a little too much strength. Yeah. And then the part where Fern gets sick, and it was just more character background about Frieren and why she does the way she does, and then they kind of have that little moment where Fern is like, "Don't treat me like a kid." Yeah. Even though she was just even though she probably was just embarrassed to to seem childlike in front of Stark. She clearly likes him. But then Fern is like, it felt one of those rare moments where Fern feels like a parent.
You mean Frieren?
Yes, I meant Frieren. Excuse me. Where Frieren sounds like a parent. And she's like, I'm not doing this because you're a child. I'm doing this, to make you feel better because this is what my friend did for me. Yeah. That kind of like parent. She's like, yes, I know you're growing up. I know you're about to be an adult. No, I'm just doing this just because, to comfort you.
Affection. And then we had that little Himmel flashback where he again shows how much he cares for Frieren.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn, he really wanted that piece of that elf. Yeah, too bad he did not get it, but
I'm still hoping the last episode we get like this flashback where actually after the adventure, Frieren went back to the city and just stalked him.
I would.
I refuse to believe that she got nothing.
I mean, because what do you mean she goes back to town and just fucks him? Like that didn't even sound like her.
Or fine, they like had sex sometime during the adventure, and Frieren's just like, I never realized it, but we had sex.
I never realized it. It's crazy. I don't think she's so in her 1,000 years. She doesn't know what sex is or how it's done.
I mean,
oh yeah. No. If you told me that she was a virgin, I'd believe you 1,000% if she was a virgin. But yeah, I think she knows the concept relatively. But yeah, so I don't know. It was just those sweet moments. It was like, oh, made me feel good. I love this show.
It's a very good feel good show. I liked it.
All right, and last but not least, we have Apothecary Diaries, episode 13. So Mama finally returns to the rear garden.
Actually, she doesn't. She goes to the outer.
Excuse me. Yeah, she goes to the outer.
She's been promoted, Drew.
Right, the outer garden. Make that correction in my notes. But before that, she has like a really. It was nice to see her to have a reminder that like she actually has like family, like aka like people who like really love her and care for her well-being. That was really sweet to see before she left. They just gave her like a million things and dolled her up with makeup and personally handed her off.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, "Aw, they're basically her real family, despite the fact that none of them are related to her by blood."
Yeah, it's nice to see that she has people who care about her that much, though.
Yeah, it's very sweet. So yeah, as you said, she's working the outer court, and she lives in Jinshi's quarters now.
Mm-hmm.
And Jinshi basically tells her to take the lady court exam, and she's like, no. Which she ends up failing and ends up just being his assistant, his personal assistant. And then of course they talk about Jinshi's old girls, or old assistants who happen to be women, and all the shit that they did. Which apparently one of them made what was it, an underwear out of their hair.
Yeah,
I was like,
as you do.
first of all, just from the look of the texture, unfortunately,
Very uncomfortable.
no, I know she used her pubic hair, and that makes it even worse.
But also very uncomfortable.
And that makes it even worse somehow. Ugh. And also the court ladies, Jesus, mean as fuck. What? First of all, the way I get in trouble my first day, because it's one thing for the girls to be like, huh, and be very haughty. Putting hands on me?
Yeah, slap the shit out of my mouth.
Yo! Slap the living daylights out of her.
Mm-hmm.
I would listen, I take that white powder and beat that bitch with it. What? That was insane. I know because I guess they work for the military. They feel like they're those bitches, but that's crazy. Also, I'm interested in seeing how she interacts with the tall, cool one, because she clearly didn't buy that story.
Yeah, and she's like kind of like menacing around.
Mm-hmm. And then she too was like, okay, but I'm like, let me join in the fun, and just punch her in the back of the head, and be like, why are you here? Which, to be fair, I feel like it's like they're like sternly warning her, being like, really, don't go there, because she was warned twice. First by the court ladies or whatever you call them, and also by Gaoshun earlier in the episode, right? He was just like literally like, here's a miracle, don't go there.
Don't go here.
Yep. But apparently she's already gone too far because someone has his eyes on her.
Mm-hmm. Some weirdo looking dude.
Mm-hmm. So I don't know where that's gonna go. I know it's definitely gonna be some weird push and pull between that old man and Jinshi for sure. Because Jinshi's already like, he's already be acting territorial over her, especially at the beginning where he kind of tried to shelter her face, cover her face after she gets out of the car because she's still dolled up. That was cute. He's cute, very very cute.
Yes, I'm glad we get to see. We're gonna see more. I am gonna miss the. I guess they're still gonna be around though. The courtesans.
Yeah, I low key was a little disappointed. That's one reason why it's not my episode of the week. I'm like, no, I missed them. Hello.
Yeah, no, I want more of them.
I want more. I don't. I don't like that. I hope yes, they better come back. I mean, we have like 10 more episodes, so I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that is everything I always need to say. Oh, that one scene was funny when he was like, is there anything that you need? And Gaoshin was like, please don't ask for more shit. Please. Please. And then she asked anyways, and he was like, what
the fuck are you doing?
Oh, poor Gaoshun. By the way, low-key, Gaoshun could get it. I mean, well, if he had a dick, but he get it. But yeah, I think that's all we need to say about Apothecary Diaries. which means that is not only the end of the weekly reviews, that's also the end of this episode, end of Waifu Wars. So Oni, please take us away.
Guys, if you enjoyed this week's episode of Waifu War Podcast, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to get every episode every up every week. If you haven't already, do follow us over on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and join the party on our Discord. All linked in the description down below. If you'd like, you can even join us for our weekly live watches, which we're watching Frieren and solo leveling with our patrons and channel members every Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern. So if that sounds interesting to you, you know what to do. Drew, you have anything you'd like to say?
I hope y'all enjoy your new anime. What anime y'all watching that we're not covering? Let us know. Maybe you could put us onto some bangers.
Yes, let us know what you guys are liking in the comments down below. Until next time, this has been Soberoni and
Scooby-Doo.
Catch you later. Later!
Bye.